Hello and welcome to the Closed Pyramid, episode 3. We're going to be talking some USL, USL 1, NISA games that just happened with a major focus on USL Championship, I think, today here. Lots going on there. So we'll go ahead and I guess get started on this. We have I'll show the schedule for this week's games coming up at the end of the show. But before that, we're just going to go ahead and quickly recap what happened on the weekend. So after I recorded our last episode, we had Birmingham Legion versus Memphis, 9-0-1. That game finished 1-0 Birmingham Legion. It was a great ball over the top, some good composure to get a shot off from Birmingham there. Deflects and in to the back of the net. And that was scored by Neko Brett in the 60th minute. Legion should have had a lot of goals. If you watch the highlight package, most of these goals, most of the highlights are just goals, goal chances for goals, tons of goals, stopped by either putting it wide or goalkeeper, post, all that kind of stuff that really stopped the Birmingham Legion from piling some more on. But they looked good. I mean, stats-wise, I will say when you look at the actual chances, same amount of shots on both ends, not reflected in the highlight video, but the reason why, 10 shots on target for Birmingham, 5 of the 17 shots on target for Memphis. So while Memphis has a lot of shots calculated, not very quality chances, not a lot of good quality chances for Memphis, and probably why if you go and watch the highlight video, you get the impression that Memphis didn't really do anything. They did. They had some chances, but just half chances. Not a lot of actual good chances to pull one back or equalize. Next up was Hartford Athletic versus Pittsburgh Riverhounds. This was good. 1-1 finish here. Cicerone with a great finish in the first half, 42 minutes in, to make it 1-0 Pittsburgh. Then we have a red card for a stomp on Pittsburgh, 78th minute there. Then we had another goal, 90th minute, late goal for Hartford Athletic. Free kick stoppage time off of a deflection to give Hartford the equalizer. This was at Hartford. This was, if we look at the stats, it's 56 possession for Hartford, but they didn't have as many shots. Pittsburgh had 9 shots. Shots on target, 3 for Pittsburgh, 2 for Hartford Athletic. So that was what happened there. Tampa Bay Rowdies 2, Phoenix Rising 1. This game, I think, was the game on ESPN. There was a game on ESPN this weekend. I'm pretty sure it was this one because I thought it was a great matchup for ESPN. Just really great matchup. These are two, really good teams with some history. You got an own goal 4 minutes in to give the Rowdies the lead. That's off of Quinn on Phoenix Rising. Then that is we have a good header for Tampa Bay. Duba scores in the 61st minute. Good header, good save, and then there's a good follow-through. So, saved by the keeper, then there to continue to tap it in. Just good play there. Moore with a great shot outside the box to pull one back for Phoenix Rising in the 68th minute, but they just didn't have enough to get anything out of this game. Phoenix possession ends up 50-50. 20 shots from Tampa Bay to 11 shots for Phoenix. So shots on target, 3 for each. So there you go. 20 shots. 3 on target. 2 go into the goal. So I guess if you look at shots on target to goal conversion, pretty good. 3 shots on target, 2 goals. But getting those 20 shots, more on target, more goals, Tampa Bay should have scored probably more in this match. That finishes 2-1 Rowdies. So still the result they're looking for at home. New Mexico United 3, Austin Bold 1. It's a great header for Rivas in the 17th minute for New Mexico. And a great equalizer for Austin. Top of the box to the opposite corner of the net, the far side of the goal. Then we have a go-ahead goal from Brian Brown in the 61st minute. And then you have, and this one was like a keeper came out, spills the ball way outside the box. Brown gets it, picks it up, chips it over everybody into the far corner from where he's at. It was a pretty nice finish. And then Mourinho puts them up 3-1 with a powerful header on a ball whipped into the box. And New Mexico are hot right now, man. We'll talk about their second game of the week later on. But they're rolling. Tacoma versus Orange County SC. This game was on Sunday. And Tacoma win this one 1-0. They take the lead 21 minutes in. Really bad. There's also a really bad giveaway in this game, but Tacoma puts it wide. But that goal was scored by Alfonso Ocampo Chavez for Tacoma. Yeah. And Tacoma had, Christian Herrera in goal because Stefan Cleveland was up at Seattle for the weekend. I'm not sure exactly where that stands, if he's coming back. And if they signed somebody else. I saw some sort of news that they signed a keeper. Stats-wise for this, Tacoma, 46% possession, 54 for Orange County, 13 shots for Orange County, 5 for Tacoma. And shots on target, 3 for Tacoma, 2 for Orange County SC. So they had 5 shots on target, 5 shots, 3 of those on target. Really good conversion for Tacoma compared to the 13 shots, only 2 on target for Orange County. And that's what you see a lot of, I think, in USL particularly. Lots of shots total, not a lot on target. You also see some really bad goalkeeping at times. We'll get to that later on in the show. We did have an example, like I just said, with this New Mexico game where keeper comes out. He's out. He tries to slide for the ball, misses it. It pushes the ball outside the box, so now he can't pick it up. Brown picks it up, goes to the left, and just chips it over everybody else as the defenders are going back. So just got to make sure you get a hand on that. You got to make sure you keep it in the box or that you actually gather it up. You got to do something. Can't let it spill out where Brown is just going to pick that up. I mean, it was a great finish, though. So, but goalkeeping-wise, not great. OKC Energy FC 2, Atlanta United 2, scores 2. I had to make sure I specified that because that'd be confusing. Bijev scores 36 minutes in for OKC Energy. That was in the 36th minute. They also scored in the 30th minute, which was waved off for a foul in the box. I thought it was a pretty weak call, honestly. Not much to it. Then this is where the corner kick is spilled into the center of the box. OKC convert it. Then the score is down. So Bijev scores. Then he's down, injured. Penalty for Atlanta later. That was saved. Then, then it's kicked in from the save by Benitez. Mitchell Osmond scores in the 65th minute for OKC Energy. Wonderful finish. Close to a bicycle. He doesn't get up on his back, but it's like as it's coming in, he kind of puts his leg all the way up here to kind of smack it down. So his leg goes really high to smack it down. He could have probably bicycled, but he does like this pirouette spin type thing. Tough to describe. I think you should go watch it if you haven't. It's a really nice finish by Mitchell Osmond. Then in the 89th minute, Tyler Wolff equalizes for Atlanta. Ball falls into the middle. No one's marking Wolff at all. There's nobody around him. And there it goes. 2-2 is the final score for OKC Energy versus Atlanta United 2. Then we had Rio Grande FC versus San Antonio. Rio Grande Valley FC, lots of chances 3 minutes in. Here's a fun stat. The first minute of a 3-minute highlight package are about the first 10 minutes of the game. So if you want the full story of this game, you're probably going to have to watch it because the first minute, 1/3 of the highlight packages are for 3 out of 90 minutes of the game. or for 10 minutes of, for the first 10 minutes of the game. So 3 minutes of highlights. 1 minute is for 10 of the 90 minutes. So you're missing a good chunk of highlights there if anything was going on. But let's go ahead and Rio Grande Valley FC 2, San Antonio 1. You have Kuzain scoring in the 42nd minute, 1-0. Christian Sordo scoring in the 57th minute. So here's funny about the Kuzain goal. It's the first goal scored in the first half for Rio Grande Valley FC this season. Sordo scores in the 57th minute. Lovely finish. And it is the first double game goal for RGVFC. And then a huge mess in the back. Too tough to describe. Huge mess in the back in the 68th minute. San Antonio pull one back. And that was through Pantino. And that's how the Sunday matches finished. We had 3 midweek games. Loudoun United 1 versus New York Red Bulls 2, and they scored 2. This is where it gets that confusing way again. Omar Sowi scores in the 4th minute for New York Red Bulls. Then in the 27th minute, Loudoun United pull one back and equalize off the crossbar, back to the shooter, who then puts it in. That was scored by Sammy Sergi. Then there's a penalty. Mandela Egbo steps up and converts it. This was, it looked pretty clear on first view, but then there's some views where you're like, I'm not so sure that is clear. Just one really bad defense from Loudoun. Ball's over the top. It's about to find the attacker. The defender launches himself to dive for it, to try to cut it off. Misses. So then he's the last defender. Ball falls to the attacker. He cuts it into the box. Keeper comes, takes him out. Penalty called. The reason why I said it's a little confusing is because at times when you watch the replay, and that's the bad thing about like USL, not a lot of clear replays. It looks like he may not have actually really touched on much at all. So I'm not really sure. We're not really sure how it looks, but that's converted. The bad thing is, I think the person that got taken out, I forget who it was, jumped up and was making a motion. They even mentioned it on the videos. And they're like, I don't know what he's trying to signal. I think he was trying to signal that he wanted to take the penalty and not Egbo. I guess Egbo is the penalty taker for New York Red Bulls. But I think that's what he was trying to do. And then he walks off and Egbo comes up and scores it. So I'm assuming he didn't get his way. That's what I took from it. That was my first thought. Like, oh, no, he probably wants to just take this penalty. Then on Wednesday, we had Atlanta United 2. They beat Tulsa 5-0. Free kick off the right corner. Falls down to another attacker, making an excellent run. They finished that for Atlanta. That's Chris Allen, 34 minutes in. That's right. The goals don't start until the 34th minute. Then 36th minute, Aiden McFadden scores. Stanley with great work to pull one back from the end line, pass it over. That's in. Aiden McFadden scores one in the 39th minute. That's an assisted by Mikey Ambrose. Then in the 45th minute, Tyler Wolf makes it 4-0. 4-0, not even at halftime yet. Then it's a nice save in the 47th minute for Atlanta. Off the bar for Tulsa later on. Second yellow for Tulsa, Jorge Corrales in the 68th minute. Then in the 80th minute, Coleman Gannon scores to make it 5-0. Great 1-2 play to build up to that. But Tulsa were looking pretty sharp at the start of the season. Then you have Atlanta United just going in and smacking them 5-0. So not really sure what to make of that, if anything. And then on Wednesday, we had LA Galaxy 2 versus Sporting Kansas City 2. That game finished 1-1. Good thing it didn't finish 2-2. That'd be a little too confusing. 60th minute, Resetter scores to make it 1-0. Great ball in the box. Mensah tries to chip the post. It almost goes out of play. Then Mensah pulls the ball back and passes to Resetter, who is wide open for the goal. So really great play for Mensah there. Kwamina Ropapa Mensah. Then in 73rd minute, Hernandez. That was for SKC. Sorry. Then LA Galaxy, 73rd minute, Jorge Hernandez scores, make it 1-1. And that was a deflection shot from outside the box. That game finishes 1-1. Then we had the 2 Friday games. So we start the weekend here. I know doing this on a Saturday makes it kind of confusing, I guess, because the weekend technically started yesterday. New Mexico United 3, Colorado Springs Switchbacks 1. Early in the game, 2 minutes in, Hadji Berry scores for Colorado Springs. Switchbacks makes it 1-0, 2 minutes in. Then Sergio Rivas in the 8th minute to make it 2-1. Lovely finish from him. Then Moreno makes it 2-1 in the 49th minute. 54th minute, second yellow for Andrew Tanari makes it them down to 10 men. And then Bruce with a great goal. Daniel Bruce makes it 3-1, 90th minute in. And this is what I'm talking about. New Mexico United, pretty hot right now. Pretty hot. 2 games where they're scoring 3 goals, winning. Come from behind in that one. Down a man, just pretty good from New Mexico there. Then Real Monarchs SLC, 41st minute, Ramirez scores to make it 1-0. Austin Bold, own goal off of Zach McMath. This is where I'm talking about kind of like the bad goalkeeping. I love Zach McMath, former Terp, former Philadelphia Union player. Not really sure what he's been up to. I was kind of surprised to see him in this game, honestly, because I thought he had signed a pro contract. Maybe they were just giving him time to play somewhere. This is a corner. McMath comes out. He comes out. He doesn't get it. He's kind of hesitating. Then the Austin player shoots it. It hits the post or the crossbar, and then off of McMath's back and into the goal. Just for somebody that's so experienced, you think you wouldn't have that problem. But I think that also might be – this one's mostly on McMath, I think. But there's sometimes where I think maybe the goalkeepers are in a bit of a rough spot in this because of the bad defense in USL. That could – we talk about bad defense in MLS. USL is at another level of bad defense when you watch some of these clips. People just leaving people wide open. Stuff like that. So let's go ahead and look ahead – for the weekend. So on Saturday, we have Indy 11 versus SKC 2. That's at 7 o'clock. Pittsburgh Riverhounds versus Charlotte Independence at the same time. 7:30, Louisville City FC versus San Diego Loyal. Tampa Bay Rowdies versus Miami FC, same time. San Antonio versus Birmingham Legion, that's at 8:30. El Paso Locomotive at 9:30 versus Rio Grande Valley FC. 10 o'clock, Orange County SC versus Sac Republic. Phoenix Rising versus Las Vegas Lights FC. That's at 10:30. Then on Sunday, we have the Charleston Battery at 2 o'clock versus NY Red Bulls 2. Atlanta United 2 versus Memphis 901 at 3:30. Then LA Galaxy 2 versus Oakland Roots at 8 o'clock. Then in the midweek game, we have Wednesday, we have 2 games, Birmingham Legion versus OKC Energy at 8 o'clock, and at 9 o'clock, Austin Bold versus Real Monarchs SLC. And Friday, the weekend starts with New York Red Bulls 2 versus Pittsburgh Riverhounds at 7 o'clock. So lots of good stuff there. Looking at the table currently on the Eastern side, Tampa Bay Rowdies, 3 games, 3 wins, 9 points. Tulsa, 4 games played, 3 wins, 1 loss. That huge loss against Atlanta, 9 points. Then you have Atlanta United 2 in third with 4 games played, 7 points. Then Hartford Athletic with 7 points after 3. Miami in 5th to make it with 6 points. And still at the bottom, you have Loudoun United after 2 games with 0 points. Memphis 1 game, 0 points. And a whole bunch of people in the middle. On the west side, Rio Grande Valley FC, 3 wins, 3 games, 9 points, only given up 1 goal. So while I was saying that they've only scored 1 goal on the half and they've only scored 2 goals once, and that was this week, they've been winning 1-0. 1-0 against New Mexico, 1-0 against San Diego Loyal, and then the 2-1 victory. LA Galaxy 2, after 5 games played, are in second place with 8 points. New Mexico United, 4 games played, 7 points. 2 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. So those 2 wins in a row, a draw before that. So they started off the season with a loss, and they've increasingly gotten better. They're up to 3rd place in the West. Then Tacoma Defiance in 4th. Phoenix Rising in 5th. Sac Republic in 6th. And at the bottom, let's scroll all the way down to the bottom, 15. 2 games played, 0 points. Las Vegas Lights FC still. San Diego Loyal, they didn't play this week, so it was still the 0 points out of 3 games played. Oakland Roots, 1 game played, no points. Orange County SC in 12th with 1 game played, no points. And then you have some of these other teams in the middle. If we look at NISA and we look at the matches that played there, Saturday, May 15th, guess what? My Maryland Bobcats lost again, 2-0 to LA Force. And San Diego 1904 FC lose to Detroit City FC. You just continue rolling, 3-1, Detroit City FC. The game on Sunday was scratched, it looks like. I'm not sure why. But an awarded win to, I guess, Cal United, it says here. Then tonight, Michigan Stars versus Detroit City FC at 7 o'clock. Stumptown AC versus Cal United Strikers at 7 o'clock. You can catch those on, I think, the BN Sport Extra, which I know people are like, probably don't even have BN Sport. But if you go to Pluto TV, download Pluto TV, free app done by Viacom. They have BN Sport Extra on there. I was able to watch some of that LA Force Maryland Bobcats FC game at the same time of the Union game. Had the Union game on ESPN Plus. Had the Maryland Bobcats game on my Pluto TV on my phone. So there you go. So only the 2 teams, or the 2 games and the 4 teams playing this weekend. Then next Saturday, Maryland Bobcats face Chattanooga FC. So we'll take a look at that later. But if we look at the table, Detroit City FC, 4 games played, 4 wins. They're 12 points. Only given up 1 goal. Scored 8, 7 goal differential. They're on fire. LA Force in second with 6 points out of 3 games. Cal United Strikers in third with 6 points. Then Stumptown in fourth. Chattanooga in 5th, San Diego in 6th, Michigan in 7th, New Amsterdam and Maryland Bobcats with 0 points out of 3 games. Bobcats at the bottom for a -4 goal differential. Only 9 teams in that league. USL League 1, just going to quickly look at some of this. There was a game on ESPN, the Greenville Triumph SC versus Union Omaha on Sunday was on ESPN2 to watch. So that was pretty cool. Forward Madison won their first game on Saturday. So standing-wise, we're still very they won their first game. It was their second game, though, is what I mean. Like, they won their first match. They drew with Tucson first the week before. Greenville Triumph in first with 10 points out of 4 games played. Union Omaha in second, same 10 points, 4 games. Fort Lauderdale in third with 9 points. Richmond Kickers in fourth. North Texas SC in fifth. Chattanooga Red Wolves SC in sixth. They got a really cool crest. I've been a fan of wanting to get some of their merch. Oops. Forward Madison in seventh. They've only played the 2 games. Then you have New England Revolution 2, South Georgia Tormenta FC, FC Tucson, then Toronto FC 2, and North Carolina FC. Some good stuff. going on there. I think that about wraps us up today. Not much else to really talk about. Lots of good matchups on the weekend. We got MLS right now. As I'm recording, is the English Championship playoff semifinals going on that we're watching. And then we'll be talking about those on Stoppage Time Soccer Show on the podcast. And so I'm really excited to just keep doing what we're doing here. Power Rankings episode came out on Thursday for MLS. Here's a sneak preview. Power Rankings. Why did we put those teams in those positions? You can listen to that on this YouTube channel. You can watch it. Logan is the one that comes up with Power Rankings. I usually agree with what he comes up with. And then we talk about them for about 15, 20 minutes. That's on a separate playlist that you can find on the channel here. But thank you for watching. And hey, subscribe for more. We're going to try to continue to grow this show. The show is going to just hopefully continually get better every week, I hope. Eventually trying to get some guests lined up for USL talk and NISA talk and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, really excited to see how this goes. And I love talking these lower leagues with you. So follow us on Twitter at Stateside Show, Instagram at Stateside Show, Facebook.com/Stateside Show. On TikTok, we're at Stateside Soccer Show. So go ahead and do those things, and we will catch you next time.